Hello friends, today I'm going to review the book, Make Your Mark, The Creative's Guide to Building a Business with Impact, written by Jocelyn Glei and Scott Belsky, defining your purpose. As you leverage your creative work into a commercial venture, remember that a successful company does not exclusively seek profits or focus on products. A purpose-driven business wants to solve problems and change the world for the better. Pinpointing your firm's purpose requires answering 4 questions. What does the world yearn for? What are your organization's specific abilities? Who has the company timelessly been? And who must it fearlessly become? Use these questions to role-play, tell stories, and become introspective. The best businesses aren't profit-driven or even product-driven. They're purpose-driven. They strive to solve real problems, meet pressing needs, and change the world in ways big and small. These questions are equally relevant to seeking your personal purpose. What do you contribute to the world? What can you do that no one else can? Who are you at your finest? Who must you fearlessly become? Forget the ideas you have about yourself. Finding a purpose is not for ego building, but for identifying your core concerns. Use this exercise to arrive at a clear personal statement. A purpose reveals emotionally intelligent stories that communicate your goals. Why? As businesses evolve, they must avoid remaining stuck in their established beliefs and patterns. Ask why your audience members want your service or product, so you can target their needs and connect with their emotions. Ask these queries to guide your firm to adapt to its purpose. Why are we here in the first place? As your company grows, it can get lost in a morass of operational issues. Rediscover the need that started everything. If we disappeared, who would miss us, and why? The people in your company need to know their target audience so they understand the true service they offer. What business are we really in? A company is not just a product that may be irrelevant next year. It provides a service or fulfills a cause as the market changes. How can we become a cause and not just a company? Customers bond with companies that articulate how they support meaningful causes. What are we willing to sacrifice? When a company chooses a cause, it may sometimes conflict with the bottom line. Commit to your cause even when it is difficult. How can we make a better experiment? Focus on testing and trying rather than on making new products. If you learn through experimentation, you will develop new ideas. What is our mission question? Develop a question that dares to aspire. If you wait until you are ready, it is almost certainly too late. Seth Godin. Return to these questions on a regular basis to ensure that the people in your company remain aware of its changing role. Innovation arises out of many failures. Don't get discouraged. Let your purpose provide you with a growth mindset, and you'll keep learning. Innovation isn't useful unless it serves a need for your audience. Often, entrepreneurs and innovators become blind to consumers' needs in their excitement about what their product can do. Building your product. You are exercising leadership properly when you focus on the consumer and regard your product not as a purchase, but as an experience. Keep your products simple. If your offering is too complicated to engage with over the course of 15 seconds, consumers will give up and move on. Lengthy signups, complex packaging, long-winded marketing, or instructional texts drive away potential clients. One of the first member sign-up questions for Behance, an online showcase for creatives, cost it 10% of its audience because that one query took an average of 120 seconds to answer. Asking the question during a later stage of the membership process increased sign-ups significantly. Most consumers don't follow directions, they figure things out on their own. Successful design. Good design follows 3 guidelines. Work backwards. Starting with an idea of an end product instills unconscious restrictions. Instead, imagine fulfilling a need if you had no restrictions of time, money, or technology. Work backward through your idea to develop a practical resolution. Limit steps. Too many steps complicate the user experience. Use recognizable models. Dropbox replicated the folder model familiar to computer document storage, so that users would immediately understand how to use its platform. Perfectionism. Companies are often afraid to share a product before it's perfect. Those companies lose valuable feedback about consumers' needs. Observe and note how audiences interact with your product to learn more about its potential. Serving your customers. Think about whom your product or service helps. Enlist attention by giving consumers reasons to care about your offering. Provide information and knowledge that's useful to them. Share free offers across different channels. The use of social media means that the public helps define the brand. Firms no longer retain control of their messages or image. Listen to consumer dialogue. Respect your customers and their difficulties. Establish customer service as a priority by hiring employees who take pride in solving problems. Ensure that they make your customers feel good about their experience with you. The best way to find out how to help your consumers is simply to ask them what they need. Maintain integrity by trying to do what they request. Wharton professor Adam Grant identified successful workers as givers rather than takers. The temporary tattoo company, Tattly, provides a couple of free tattoos with every order. That makes customers want to return. Serve your audience in small ways to cultivate their loyalty. The value of transparency. Joel Gascoigne, the founder of the social media tool Buffer, explains that transparency is the default attitude of his employees. Being transparent and open contributes to innovation and collaboration at all levels. 1. Trust. Transparency builds trust with your employees and customers. 1. Disclose your employees' compensation so that people don't question them or feel envious. 2. Innovation. Sharing knowledge allows employees to make better decisions because they have all the information they need to identify the best and simplest solutions. 3. Loyalty. Being open about your practices allows employees, users, reviewers, and others to understand and appreciate your business, so it becomes more human to them. 4. Acknowledging failures and sharing successes shows how you're trying on behalf of your clients. 4. You can earn appreciation in the form of active support from a loyal fan base. 5. Fairness and responsibility. Transparency about salary minimizes nepotism and unfair payment practices. 5. Previous experience, the cost of living in different locations, and the requirements of different roles contribute to a formula that can apply to anyone. 6. Feedback. Sharing means that others see what you are doing and can respond. 6. Questions from consumers and analysts will require you to explain why your company chose certain directions. 6. Let people know what is going on so they can contribute alternative points of view that may help your business improve. When you are creating and evolving a product, your primary role is really managing the experience of those who will use it. Scott Belsky. An established firm can't become transparent overnight. Start with small steps so you can experiment with transparency. Share staff email chains so that people see how decision-making occurs. Create a listserv that everyone can access and suggest that people copy emails to it so everyone has a lens into each department. Sharing a monthly or quarterly report might make you feel vulnerable, but try it the first time by selecting which data to include. Next time, share a little more information. The company square requires that all meetings with more than 2 people produce and share notes with the rest of the firm. That policy keeps meetings from disintegrating into arguments or personal storytelling and makes sure that everyone knows what is happening. Leading your team. An organization with a responsive OS operating system focuses on openness, action, and experimentation. It maintains a strong company culture that responds quickly and efficiently to unexpected events. Commit to being visionary instead of commercial. Let the ambitious cause that drives your firm permeate all decision-making. Stay lean so you remain flexible and fast in daily operations. Embrace open plans. Communicate with your staff and customers. Businesses become risk-averse as they succeed and build up tensions between learning and sustaining. A firm with a responsive OS should always seek opportunities to learn. Don't try to control every step forward. Allow the path to emerge. The first step in living your purpose is to distill it. Keith Yamashita. Communication is pivotal to good leadership. When organizations are flexible, tasks and internal roles morph regularly. A hierarchy provides clear guidelines. In a flat organization, staff members need updates on changes. Leaders often make the mistake of not repeating things often enough. They've heard themselves say the same thing many times, but each time they are speaking to a different audience. Tell your team about any changes so they remain active participants in the firm's growth and culture. Use these guidelines for effective communication. 1. Embrace repetition. Make sure each team hears the same message a few times to ensure that all members hear everything. 2. Heed different points of view. Ask various people to attend meetings with you and let them share what they learn with others. 3. Eliminate gossip. Employees know more than leaders realize, but their partial information can lead to gossip and fear. 3. To minimize stress and confusion, let people know about mergers, bonuses, and other decisions. Tiny considerations in the interactions companies have with their customers are all about focusing on people before profits. And paradoxically, this can yield huge returns. Shane Snow. Good leaders don't seek power or control, they serve and enable their employees. Ordering people to do things does not create an environment where they take responsibility or aim to achieve. The best leaders establish settings where employees can learn and become capable of making decisions, determining their next steps, and accepting responsibility for their choices. When you treat people as if they should only follow guidelines, they lose initiative and passion. Process, not goals. Satires like Dilbert or Office Space mock the role of management. The managers they depict are obsolete. They indicate a corporate culture focused on goals instead of processes. When creative people become responsible for running companies, they often avoid the important tasks of leading and managing. As makers, they contribute in a concrete way, and they tend to feel superior to leaders who don't do anything but talk. They think creatives have integrity, while leaders have empty words. Yet the job of a leader is to communicate problems, solutions, objectives, and plans. All that talk can make them seem less trustworthy to those who self-identify as makers. Creatives need to realize that leaders create relationships and possibilities. These may be abstract, but they ensure that the created product finds its place in the world. Takeaways 1. To run companies, creative makers must learn how to build a product and a brand, how to connect with consumers, and how to lead. 2. A purpose-driven business wants to solve problems and change the world. 3. Ask yourself what you contribute to the world. 4. What can you do that no one else can? Who are you at your finest? Who must you fearlessly become? 4. Customers don't buy products or services, they experience them. 5. Target your audience members' needs and connect with their emotional responses. 5. Transparency builds trust and loyalty. 6. Don't be afraid to share your offering before it's perfect. 7. Build dialogue with customers by asking how you can help them and by trying to do what they ask. 8. Customers bond with companies that articulate how they support meaningful causes. 9. Good leaders don't seek power or control. They want to serve and enable their employees. 10. Creative people who become leaders often avoid the responsibilities of management, but for your company to succeed, you must both create and lead. 11. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated with our latest videos, please consider share, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. 11. Your support means a lot to us. 12. Thank you so much for watching.